Welcome to Fast Cars, Fast Girls, your IndyCar experience. I'm your host, Abby Meyer, and this week I have with me Mrs. Jocelyn Mathias.
Hey.
Welcome
How's
to
it
the
going?
show.
Thanks.
For joining.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I am too. So Jocelyn and I spend a lot of time texting during races and throughout the week, and throughout silly season. So we thought we might as well just record it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like there should be a disclaimer that anything I say, any of my lack of knowledge, should not reflect poorly on my husband. I've rewatched races with him, and he's like, why are you asking me these questions again? So it's not for a lack of trying on his part, and so I feel like that has to be said.
Fair enough. And of course, your husband is an engineer.
Yes.
And do we want to mention the team he works on?
We certainly can. He works for Arrow McLaren SP, so he's on Felix Rosenquist's car. So pretty pumped about that.
Yep. And honestly, that's one of the best pit crews in the paddock, in my opinion. I mean, we've got the Nige, we've got Big Sexy. I think you've got Quentin now.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's where it's at.
Oh yeah, for sure. They had, I think it was this weekend, right? They had the little pit stop competition. I think it was just the two of their cars against each other, but yeah. So that was nice. Little speedy little competition there. So
yeah, I love a good pit stop challenge.
For sure.
Yeah, always very exciting. So, all right off the bat, what are your first thoughts about Long Beach?
Yeah, at first I was like, are we just gonna drive around this track all day, or like, what are we gonna get something exciting? I mean, I had my entire family over for this race, and at first I was like making everybody tacos. I was like, nothing's happening. So, and then all of a sudden it was like I was burning things on the stove because everything happened.
Things just, yeah, would not stop.
Right.
For legal purposes, this is a joke, but may have had the race on at work, and there was a certain point where I'm like, can somebody get the call lights?
Yeah, for legal purposes.
All of my patients' rooms had the race on, so that if I had to go in there, I could just
You're like, you are watching the race today.
We're all watching IndyCar today.
I love it.
But yeah, it did, and I was very proud that we made it through all of lap 1 without an incident.
Yes, that's always an accomplishment for sure.
It is. It shouldn't be, but it is. It is. Oh,
yeah.
Although we didn't make it too far before the first yellow, but it was Dalton Kellett.
Yeah, well, I mean, that K line is getting quite the advertising, though. You know?
They really are. They really are getting a shit ton of advertising. I mean,
the screen time that car gets.
That's a very good point. He may not be putting it on the podium, but yeah, that sponsor gets a lot of screen time every week.
And I believe that's his dad's company, right? So
I think so.
Yeah.
It would make sense. Last name Kellett, K-line.
Kellett, yeah. I mean, I've looked it up, so I guess it's working.
You're like, it worked on me. I looked it up.
It worked on me. I looked it up. Yeah.
So what do they do?
Oh, I don't remember.
I'm like, I've not looked it up. I should, though. I should. But yeah, so 5 laps in, Kellett lost it in turn 1. So we had a brief yellow. So he was out. But then we went another we went like 50 laps.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised by that, to be honest.
I was as well. And that would, of course, have been the Simon Pagenaud incident.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yep. Just to skip through the people that got out prior to that. Devlin DiFrancesco, Callum Ilot. And these are all for contact. They just cause local yellows, not full course yellows.
Yep.
Colton Herta That one stung.
It stung my fantasy teams, that's for sure.
Oh God, it blew my fantasy team apart.
I have a feeling that a lot of people can say that.
Oh,
brutal.
Brutal.
Like, no.
I mean,
I get conservative with my picks because I'm like, because you obviously know the way that our fantasy league is set up. We've got the wild card where certain drivers cost a certain amount of points, and I'm like, all right, I'm going all in. Colton's got this. No,
he won last year. He got the pole. He should at least podium.
Right.
Brutal. No. Nope. I threw my glasses on the desk.
Yep.
In anger. I was just like.
Yeah, I was with my dad too, and he's obviously in our fantasy league, and yeah, we were both not excited. I think at that point we both got up and got more tacos. So
yeah, just please. Oh, and then of course Marcus Ericsson.
Oh my gosh, the memes though.
The memes. Oh, there was another podcast that had the picture of him, the meme where he's just like standing looking off in the distance, and it was like caption this, and I was like, I knew I should have called in a day.
Classic. Oh my gosh, like this shot of him just standing there was so good.
It was so good. Oh, hilarious.
Oh,
absolutely hilarious. And then David Malukas got out.
Yep.
He got caught up with Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, Jimmy.
And so that rounds out 26-20. So yeah, Jimmy finished 20th, started 25th. So I mean, all those spots were by attrition, but yeah. And he honestly, I mean, he was like, there was a lot of rubber on the track, and I think my tire got into the rubber, and he felt bad that Malukas got caught up in that.
Yeah.
I will say, even though as far as the road courses go, I think everybody knows that, I feel like we have overdone it on the coverage of Jimmy Johnson on the road courses.
Yes.
On the ovals, I'm not going to deny that the Texas run was impressive, and I'm here for it.
For sure.
Absolutely. Here for it. But, let's not pretend that he's a master on the road courses, because he's not.
But he made that abundantly clear.
What I enjoy about him, though, is that if something is his fault, he 100% owns up to it.
For sure. Yeah.
And even last season when he was, struggling on the road courses and things, and that, of course, that was his very first season, he was always, very quick to get out of the way of the leader, when he's lap traffic and things, and not hold up the race. And I feel like he's a very conscientious driver and genuinely feels bad when another car gets caught up.
Yeah,
in his
for sure. And I mean, obviously some of that could just be that he's obviously a mature driver, right? Because we don't always see that with some of the younger drivers, but something to appreciate about him, knowing that he's a little newer, especially to these road courses, right? So.
Right. Yeah, no, yeah. I feel like last season humbled him.
Yes.
Yeah. And then next up, starting 10th, finishing 19th, Simon Pagenaud, who got satoed into the garden in front of the fountain, which, Mandy Curry and I are apparently not allowed to talk about things that we think might happen in races because they come true.
Yeah, well, you manifested that.
Yeah, we joked about what if somebody ever ran into the fountain, and it almost happened.
Yep.
So no, that broke my heart. Yeah, that was a firm "God damn it" out of my mouth.
Yeah, he got out of the way, so at least there's that. He was out of the way.
Well, because at first I was like, what in the fuck? Oh, he's getting out of the way. Because it was like he went through and he was backwards, and then he drove back into the flowers.
Yep. Which is okay. That was a moment when I really appreciate James Hinchcliffe in the booth, because he's like, oh, didn't know that he was a horticulturalist, which made me chuckle. Classic. That is amazing.
And just right off the cuff. Yeah.
Yes, I was like, I love James in the booth. This is great.
I Simon was a horticulturalist.
Yes. Yeah, I practically spat out my water. Yeah.
Whatever you're paying Hinch, double it.
Yep. Love it.
That got me too. I did enjoy because right about that time, the time of that incident was when I had to go back to work. And so I had to watch from basically that incident on at home. And so when I rewatched it, I got to see that Mike Shank also yelled, "God damn it."
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, he and I yelled all the same cuss words for the same incident, and it made me feel better. I was like, yes, Mike, yes, I feel this in my soul. I too yelled fuck and God damn it.
I think when I was rewatching that with Nige, I was just like, oh, oh, Mike.
Right? He makes no attempt to cover his mouth at all. Does not care. Somebody even suggested that rather than Drive to Survive, they should just do like Shank TV and just follow Mike Shank around. And honestly, that's a fantastic idea.
Absolutely.
That man must have. I bet his life is fascinating.
Oh, I can only imagine. I mean, it's got to be with someone who drinks that many Busch Lights, right?
I mean, yeah. How can you go wrong? He's a grown man who prefers a dirty 30, and no judgment. I drink Natter Days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I drink Natter Days and boxed wine. Like, this is why Mike Shank and I get along. I would watch that show. I would watch the shit out of that show.
Absolutely. While drinking some Busch lattes.
Some Busch lattes. I would love to be Mike Shank for a day.
For sure.
Just to live his life.
Yep. I would love it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Next up. Oh, and that, yeah, Simon's caused an actual yellow from laps 60 to 65. And then had a little bit more green flag racing. And we had Christian Lundgaard.
Mm-hmm.
And then Takuma Sato finished 17th, which no one felt bad about that. No one felt bad for you, Sato.
Thanks for letting us finish under yellow. That was cool.
It's real cool. Real not cool. Although, you know, he did deserve it after punting Pagano.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, I wish we could have done that without ending under yellow, but
the track needed to take its revenge on Sato, and I'm okay that it happened.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I've said this before, and I just want to say again, Sato is not getting any younger, and he is involved in a lot of incidents. Like, do you think he just travels with a chiropractor?
You know, I haven't even thought about that, but I mean, he's got to.
He's got to
feel like garbage a lot of the time.
I mean, he must wake up every day and feel like he's been run over by a train.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine just like how it feels making, I mean, significant contact, but like he punts people.
Yeah. And he gets punted.
And he's not a big guy. I mean,
No.
Obviously none of the drivers are, but like he's on the smaller side of the drivers. So it's like
very small, yeah.
He's got to be feeling that.
You would think. I'm concerned. I'm concerned for him.
Someone check on Takuma, okay?
Or maybe that's how he does his chiropractorness.
Yeah, right.
He's like, oh, out of alignment, crash, back in alignment.
I'm back.
We'll have to count and see if he does it in even instances every time now. Next up, moved up 10 spots, Tatiana Calderon. She actually ran a quiet, decent race.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of surprised to see her name there. I was like, all right.
Yeah. Right? I was like, I'm here for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
Jack Harvey started 20th, finished 15th.
Nice.
Scotty Mack started 9th, finished 14th.
Yeah.
Did not do quite as well this week, no.
No.
Rena started 15th, finished 13th. Pretty steady.
Yeah.
Connor started 17th, finished 12th, so moved up 5 spots.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that too. I was like, oh, I feel like there's a lot of things that like the coverage misses. It's like we saw like none of Connor, right? Like it's just like we
didn't see any of those passes.
Choose. Right. Like Connor, we saw I think a little bit of Renus, but like Scott, Jack, like I feel like we missed a lot. Like I don't know if NBC is trying to kind of figure it out still with, but with the Peacock situation or whatever, but like I feel like we miss a lot of that stuff. But
I feel like we do too. Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of the race that I missed, and I would literally pay extra for this feature, and I've said it before and I will say it again, but to be able to have a split screen, one with whatever camera view you have on, and the other one with an aerial view of the track, period.
That would be amazing. I mean, they got that copter up there.
They do. Or if I just had the option of like just choosing which camera angle I wanted.
Right.
Because they're all streaming.
Right. Are they not trying to make money? Because like how many streaming things do we all pay for these days?
Right. I would totally pay extra for a split screen for the aerial.
Yeah.
Then you can see everything.
I'll watch Felix Rosenquist the rest of the time. I'm biased, I know.
Right. I do enjoy that you can watch the cameras from certain cars within the app.
Yes.
But I didn't have that ability since I was watching on my phone.
Yeah. I was trying to, just make sure that my family was all alive still in my home.
I'm glad that you described that.
Yeah. Not my normal watching situation. Normally I'm over at the Broad Ripple Tavern with the crew, but family wedding this weekend, everybody was there, so
gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. But yeah, no, I thought the same thing when I was like Jack Harvey. I'm like, I don't feel like I saw hardly any of this race.
When did these people make moves? Because I didn't see it.
I sure didn't either. Felix started 4th, finished 11th. Rough day for Felix.
Yeah. Hey, a finish though, because not everyone did that. So.
Hey, that is something to be proud of, especially at this race. There were a lot of people that did not finish.
Yep. That hairpin took quite a few.
I love that hairpin for that reason. Started 12th, finished 10th. Kyle Kirkwood getting AJ Foyt Racing in the top 10. Get some.
Hey, I thought that was great. I mean, I was making my picks for my non-Fast Cars, Fast Girls fantasy league, and I think I had a little bit of money left. I do it in the IndyCar app, and I was like, Kyle Kirkwood, maybe no, and I didn't pick him, and I was like, man, maybe I should have. That was dumb.
Yeah, no,
he kind of surprised me.
Yeah, he's a solid racer. I think we're going to see more of that from him.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. Started 14th, finished 9th. Elio Castroneves.
Solid.
Yep, solid run for him. Started 5th, finished 8th. Alexander Rossi.
Man, I honestly thought that Rossi was going to do a little bit better. I mean,
I did too.
California guy, like technically his hometown race, right?
He's won it twice. Right. Of course, I didn't see a ton of his race either, but
no.
I'm sure they fucked up a pit stop because they always do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, this is a contract year. I feel like Andretti should feel like they're auditioning just as much as Rossi should feel like he's auditioning. Because
for sure.
I feel like RP's got an empty 4th seat that he's just keeping warm, waiting for Rossi's contract to expire.
Yep. Exactly.
Otherwise, why would he not have filled it?
Yep.
There's my conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Being courted hard.
Oh. Yeah. Why would he not? Why would he not be? I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Andretti has held up their end for sure.
No, I don't think that they have. If I was Rossi, I'd be shitty about it.
Oh, for sure. And
yeah,
you would think that he is. I mean, I feel like he's got a little bit of a tude, so.
I feel like not necessarily a tude, just a low tolerance for bullshit.
Yes, that's a better way to put it. Not necessarily a tude, but like, hey, like, are we gonna like actually do this or what?
Yeah, like, are you guys gonna ever get your fucking shit together, or are we just gonna suck every week? Like.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like
I'm trying to do my part over here, but like, I need you to hold up your end of the deal.
Right? Like, I'm only one man. only one part of this team. Started 13th, finished 7th. Graham Rahal.
I was shocked.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not shocked because Graham makes moves, but again, I didn't really see any of them.
Right, that's what I mean though. I was just like, where did he come from? Because I feel like we did not see his race.
Yeah, no, we definitely did not see his race. But yeah, I'm not surprised just because Graham tends to do well in race mode. He tends to move up spots more often than not.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, started 16th, finished 6th. Scott Dixon.
Yeah, per usual.
Per usual.
My dad and I always talk about like, it doesn't really matter where Scott starts. Like he's gonna make his way up.
Oh, that's 100% true. He's just
literally doesn't matter.
Doing Dixon things. Like it doesn't matter where he starts. Although there was a little bit of drama on Twitter.
Ooh.
So for one of the yellows, Emma tweeted out, "Wow, no yellow till the Penalties have pitted. Same old ... Wow."
We love a spicy wifey.
Oh, I love a spicy Emma. I love it. But yeah, no, she was not holding back.
Man.
So, although I feel like Race Control also doesn't ever call anything on Scott Dixon, even though they would call the exact same thing on other drivers. So, like,
for sure,
maybe don't rock the boat.
Yeah.
Like, part of the system's still working in your favor.
Right. Like, maybe don't draw attention to yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to mess that up. And he still finished 6th. It's Scott Dixon. Come on.
Right.
Starting 11th, finishing 5th. Pato Award.
I was glad to see that.
I was too. It's
been kind of a rough start to the season. Obviously, we all, based on last year, we can see what he can do in a car. So I was happy to see him have a pretty good result, even just starting 11th.
Me too. He has kind of had a slow start, which was unexpected, since he really gave Palou a run for his money in the championship race last year. Or in the race, to the championship, whatever.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was glad to see him have a good race as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see, starting 7th, finishing 4th, Will Power. Nice, solid race.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Glad to see that.
Yeah. Starting 3rd, finishing 3rd. That's a drink for consistency. Alex Palou.
I mean, not a surprise there. He's solid, right? Like,
yeah, he's a solid driver. He attempted to make moves, when it wasn't meant to be. He didn't push it and make any dumb mistakes. He's, third place is still a podium, and it's better than a DNF.
Yeah, I would have been shocked if we didn't see him on the podium at all. I kind of expected him to be there somewhere and wasn't sure where, but yeah, I mean, solid. And like you said, he's smart. He doesn't make dumb moves, so didn't push where he didn't need to, and so I like him.
I like him too. I like him a lot. He's he's really nice to talk to as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's that like bright, bubbly personality. He has that all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Starting 6th, finishing 2nd, the only member of my fantasy league to finish the race, Romain Grosjean. So yeah, Grosjean, thank you.
Thank you for something.
Thank you for carrying my team. I'm sure your shoulders are so sore. Which he had a great race. He made some serious moves.
Yeah, I think he's really starting to find his groove here in IndyCar.
I do too.
I like him. I like him a lot.
Oh no, I love him.
I'm never upset to see him towards the top. There are some others that I feel differently, but
sure. But no, I like seeing him up towards the top. I like his personality. I like what he brings to IndyCar, and I think we're going to see a lot more of him on the podium.
Yep. Yeah,
I think we're going to see his first race win as well.
Yeah, I would be surprised if we didn't see that like this season, to be honest. I could see it happening for sure.
Oh, I realized I had my microphone muted. Are you still there?
Yes. Yeah. I was like,
Yep. Nope. I muted it to yell at the dog, and then I unmuted it, but I must have double tapped it and muted it again. All right. What was the last thing that you heard me say?
I think we were just kind of finished with We Like Romaine and Roman, whatever. And we think we'll see his first win this year.
There we go.
Season.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I said maybe even at the road course at Indy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then our race winner started in second position, finished first place, Joseph Newgarden.
Hey, just a question. Is he going to be a dad soon?
I don't know.
Because they only mentioned it 400 times.
400 times. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They mentioned it so many times. And we joked about this a little bit before we started recording. I'm kind of over seeing Joseph win for a while.
Yeah, I could be done with that.
Like I'm over it for a little bit. Yeah. And I know our longtime listeners are going to be like, he used to be your favorite driver. He did. And then I met him and his personality was not that great. I don't know. We didn't vibe. I know. We just didn't vibe.
Yeah.
And I had recently met Simon Pagino and we vibed instantly. And I was like, yeah, nope, this is how this happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he's a very nice guy. I don't mean to talk badly about him. It's just, just not my cup of tea necessarily. But I will say that he had a hell of an impressive drive.
Yeah.
It was the pit stop where, of course, Colton had a long pit stop that was like 9 fucking seconds because they can't get their shit together.
His comments after that, I died.
Oh.
Talking to his dad, he's like, what happened?
He's like, so how did they end up ahead of me? And they're like, had a bit of a long pit stop there. Yeah. I'm sure he had quite a few things to say after that they did not share on the broadcast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Knowing Colton Hurd on the radio is God's gift to IndyCar.
It is gold.
It's the best. It is solid gold. Oh, but yeah, so when they were all coming out of the pits and Joseph came out in front of
Pillow, yeah.
And he was on cold tires and he had to hold off Pillow on cold tires. And I was like, he's not going to be able to do this. Yep. Like, the laws of physics are going to dictate that, like, these hot tires behind him are really going to have the advantage. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Pillow did not get around him. I mean, he drove a hell of a lap. That was just impressive. It was like that one Detroit race where Marco ran on the slick tires in the rain. And you're like, that was fucking fantastic to watch.
Like, defies the laws of physics, science. I don't know. Don't quote me because my husband will be upset. Whatever it is.
But yeah, you're like, you're just looking at it, you're like, this shouldn't be able to be done, but he's doing it. This is amazing.
Those things that, like, the engineers try to figure out, well, no one was figuring that one out.
No. So I will say he 100% earned his first place.
Yeah. At least there's that, right? I feel better about that. He earned it. He had to work for it.
And even he said that. He was like, this was a hard race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this was not an easy race to win. It's not like they're all, it's not like they're not all hard in different ways.
Right.
But there are some races, one of Rossi's wins at Long Beach, he was, like 10 seconds ahead of the rest of the field.
Right.
It's like you'd see Rossi and then it's like 3 Mississippi.
Yeah.
Mississippi, 5, you're just waiting on the other car.
Over the rest of the pack. All right.
Oh, but yeah, he ran a hell of a good race, honestly.
He did. Yeah, he really did.
And he was surrounded by, heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Our top 10 for Kyle Kirkwood to be in the top 10 is pretty damn impressive.
Right. That's what I said. I'm like, that was a solid race for him for sure.
It really was. And honestly, I love seeing a solid race for 2 Foyt cars.
Yeah.
I do.
You do, because you don't always see it.
You don't. And I want Foyt to do well. I love that team. I really do.
Yeah.
And they're fun. They let us interview their drivers anytime we want. They're cool.
Love that.
I love that. So, what do you think was your least favorite part of the race?
I mean, other than when Colton hit the wall and screwed up my fantasy fantasy team? Yeah. I mean, honestly, that was quite upsetting because I was like, man, I don't know. I'm a Colton fan for sure. I mean, I like the fact that he's young. I like the fact that he's from Cali, right? Like, I'm not making that up in my brain.
That is correct. No, he is.
So like that would have been cool. I mean, I don't know. It would have been cool to see again, but most disappointing.
No, that can be your answer.
I mean, I think that was kind of disappointing to see, because I just wonder like what would have happened had he stayed in and we had some of those other yellows, like what would have happened to the top of the.
It would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Well, and Grosjean was completely out of push to pass by the end of it. And Londard only had 4 seconds left.
And not even like at the end of it. It was like well before the end of it. He had 0 with like what, at
16
least
laps left to go.
Yeah, I mean, he
still had to fluff Pilot, who still had a few seconds left.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I mean, Joseph's good at keeping people behind him, but I think Grosjean gave him a run for his money, getting him down to 4 seconds of push to pass.
For sure. That's impressive.
It is impressive. I think he's been talking to Rossi. Rossi's really good at baiting people into using their push to pass as well. Been sharing some of those secrets. Yeah. It is a skill. It is. Oh. What was your favorite part of the race?
Oh, I mean, honestly, this is probably a biased opinion because obviously Nigel works for Arrow McLaren SP, but I was glad to see Pato back in it. I mean,
me too.
Because we've missed him, I think, the first couple of races, and I think he adds a lot of competition towards the front. So that was nice to see again.
He does, and he's got a lot of fans, and he's got a lot of young fans, and I like that he brings that to the sport.
And
just
Texas
his level
was wild. He brought out all the fans in Texas. Holy cow!
Yeah. I love that. And he's got such a fun personality, and yeah, I love Pato.
Yeah, you're right. Like the young fans, I think he's good for that. Just because he's so like bubbly and just, I don't know,
excited.
Even like walking around the track, you can tell he's just like high energy and just like hi, like just, I don't know. He's got a good energy around him for sure.
He does. He definitely does. Yeah, and he's very, very approachable.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. So I was super happy to see him back kind of towards the top. Hopefully he can keep that going. So
yeah, I hope he keeps that momentum going. I mean, I get it. Every now and then you need a couple to warm up.
Yeah.
That's how I am with euchre. I need like, one game to kind of warm up, and then I'm good.
You might hate this about me, but I don't know how to play that against my husband's will. I don't play euchre, so.
Well, but you're not from Indiana, so.
I mean, I am technically, but Lake County, Northwest Indiana. I'm a region rat, so
Yeah.
Indiana.
You guys don't really claim us. We don't really claim you.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right. I'm like, you root for Chicago teams. We don't expect you to know Indiana games.
Exactly. Thank you. I mean, I had my first tenderloin like 2 years ago, so
Was that in my backyard?
Probably.
Was that one of the qualification stays with the pool?
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Speaking of, Molly and I were just talking the other day about how we're going to have to order from the tamale place.
Tamale place. Yes.
Which you can get Grubhub to deliver to the Turn 2 mounds.
Oh my gosh. Incredible.
Yeah. Molly figured that out, and it was life-changing.
That needs to happen for I don't know, sometime in May. It needs to happen.
Yeah, no, we will definitely have to make that happen for sure.
Amazing.
All right. So what do you think about these new rookies?
Oh man, I mean, like I said, I'm excited about Kyle Kirkwood for sure. I mean, I was not expecting a top 10 finish.
No. I mean, he qualified 12th. I mean, so he qualified well, but he definitely had to earn those spots considering everybody in front of him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember how old he is. He's still fairly young, isn't he?
Yeah, he is pretty young. Let me look him up real quick.
Honestly, I remember seeing him. We were over at Chris Wheeler's one day, and I just remember him. This was a couple of years ago.
23, what a baby.
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, he was probably like 19. It was him and Ollie, just hanging out at Chris Wheeler's house, and I'm just like, who the heck is this kid? And now I'm like, oh, well, now he's racing IndyCar.
You're like, oh, and now he's in IndyCar. Cool.
Oh, it's that kid. So yeah, that's cool. Oh my gosh, who doesn't?
He's a hoot and a half, right? Who doesn't? Yeah, no, he's a great guy. All right. So Kyle Kirkwood, yeah, I agree with you there. What do you think about Malukas?
Well, I was bummed to see him get messed up in who was it that he got that took him out? It was
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy, yeah. That was a bummer. I don't know. We'll see what we see from him. I don't know that we've seen a ton yet, but I'm always excited to see what the rookies can kind of bring. So
yeah, and Dale Coyne tends to sign rookies that are kind of wild cards.
Yeah,
that
for sure.
will have these flashes of brilliance, and so I'm excited. I'm excited to see him kind of step into the spotlight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Christian Lundgaard, I kind of feel the same way, where it's like I don't know that I've seen enough of him on track to have a real good opinion.
Yeah, I think he's got potential though. Just what we've seen from like tests and things like that. I think he definitely has some potential, but we'll see what he brings the rest of the season. So
yeah. Let's see, Tatiana Calderon. We talked about her a little bit already, but yeah, I'm excited to see that she's, making improvements, holding her own, moving up. So
yeah, I think she had a good weekend this weekend for sure.
She did. Yeah, I hope that continues throughout the season.
Yeah.
Let's see, and then Callum Ilot. Have you met him yet?
I haven't.
Oh my gosh, he is so nice. I met him at St. Pete. He was just standing there on pit road, and it was after a practice, and I was like, oh hey, I introduced myself and all, and all that jazz, and I was like, I'm sure you'll get an interview request to come on my show at some point. And I was like, but I just wanted to say welcome to IndyCar. We're so happy to have you here. And he was like, thanks, I'm happy to be here.
Oh.
Like, he was just nice as could be.
That's
so
adorable.
Highly recommend introducing yourself to Callum Ilot if you come across him, because it's super nice.
Oh my gosh, adorable.
And, right. I feel like this race did not do him justice on. I just feel like their car was not set up well all weekend.
Yeah. And honestly, like, again, another person that was like, he's like, what happened with him? Because I didn't see it.
Yeah, I can't even tell you what corner it was in.
No, because it was just like all of a sudden like, oh, he's not here anymore.
Right.
Okay.
And then Devlin DeFrancesco.
Maybe we should.
Made some waves at Texas.
Yeah.
Didn't make any friends.
He sure did not. Yeah. He's got a little bit to figure out.
I feel like he was the subject of a group text after that race.
Oh yes.
But
yeah.
What I would give to be part of that group text.
Oh yes. I would love to be a fly on the wall for a lot of different things.
For a lot of conversations and things. Yes. Wholeheartedly agree. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really love what I saw at Texas, but hopefully he's learned from that. But then at the same time, I also feel like Andretti tends to sign on good rookies. Like, there have been plenty of rookies that they've signed on that at first I was like, what?
Yeah.
And they turned out, and then they ended up getting a podium or, close to a podium or, having a decent season. Mm-hmm. So since he's on my fantasy team, I'm hoping that holds true this year.
Oh, I didn't know he was on our fantasy team. Interesting.
He is on my fantasy team. Haven't used him yet, though.
Why am I not surprised?
Haven't used him yet. Yeah, I kind of regret that one.
Yeah.
I made a bad choice. All right. Any other hot takes on any IndyCar drama or gossip?
Oh, man. I don't know, but I hope that Joseph has his child soon so that we can get through that.
Yeah, hopefully it's before Barber so that they don't.
But then it'll be like, oh, new dad, Joseph Newgarden. It's not going to end there.
You know what? At least they're not talking about Jimmy Johnson as much.
But personally, I don't mind seeing Jimmy Johnson on my screen, okay?
I didn't say he wasn't nice eye candy.
Right? I would prefer if he didn't, shove it into the wall, but I don't mind seeing him on my screen.
Fair enough. Oh, too funny. All right. Well, Jocelyn, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to chat about, but I think we hit it all.
Yeah. Yeah. Loved it.
Oh, and there were 2 penalties. Just drive-through penalties. Lundard had a pit speed violation, and Malukas had an improper pit exit.
Yes. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So they both got drive-throughs.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty clean race otherwise. I mean, for that to be the only 2 penalties, pretty impressive.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, I am too. But on to Barber. On to Barber next. Which, are you going to Barber?
I am still on the fence. I'm leaning towards trying to make it happen, but I've never been, so I've heard all the good things. I've also heard about the wine festival.
Yeah, so just go with a buddy, because it's very easy to lose track of time after you do a lot of wine tasting for 2 hours.
Good to know.
Especially when you were drinking before you went to the wine tasting. It is the only time Molly and I have almost missed green flag for a race.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
Yeah. We went to the Wine and Beer Fest on Saturday, and then we decided, because they're there on Saturday and Sunday, that we would go again on Sunday before the race started. And so we go, and then they close down for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and they open back up. They're open for 2 hours, closed for 2 hours, open for 2 hours. Nice. And so they close down, and we have an hour and a half until the start of the race. Plenty of time.
For sure.
Or so we thought. We had 3 things that we needed to do. Number 1, we both needed to pee, which is not a problem because Barber has the cleanest porta potties on earth.
Love that.
I never once used a porta potty that I wasn't the first person to use it since it had been cleaned. It was unreal. It's like
That's
they had
awesome.
gnomes that came in after I went to the bathroom and then cleaned it after every person. It was wild. Cleanest porta potty. So do not be afraid. You can use any of them. And there are times, and they are all clean and just pristine.
Love that.
So we both needed to pee. We both needed a beer, and Molly wanted some nachos.
Ooh,
seems reasonable. So we both go and pee. She gets in the food line. I get in the beer line. She gets her nachos, comes to meet me in the beer line. I get our beers, and then we were going to hop on the shuttle to then take us to where we were going to start the race and watch for a little bit, because we were going to watch at a couple different locations. And as we're walking towards the shuttle stop, we hear race cars. And we're like, wait, is that the parade lap? And then we're like, oh shit. And then we look at our watches and we're like, oh shit. Luckily, we had friends who had saved seats right around that area, so we run up the hill and then run down the hill to find them. And And they're like, oh, you guys decided to watch with us. And we're like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. It's not at all that we got too drunk and somehow killed an hour and a half with 3 simple tasks.
Oops.
So be careful.
Yeah, well, if anything, I'm trying to bring Mikey, Big Mikey, for anyone who doesn't know, that's my father. And he doesn't drink, so hopefully he can keep us on task. So
he should be able to.
He'll drag me if not.
Right? He'll be like, Jocelyn, we're leaving. It's time to go. But yeah, highly recommend it. I can't go this year, but
ooh.
I know. But next year I'll be going just because it's such a great race. I definitely want to go back.
I've heard only the best things. So
yeah, and they have decent shuttle transportation. Yeah,
Nigel said that place is pretty big.
It is pretty big. You cannot rent a golf cart there as like a regular person, but they do have shuttles. So
good to know.
But yeah, it's a place that like if you already owned an electric scooter, it would be very handy to bring it.
Yes.
One of those.
Maybe I need one of those, like my little own personal line.
I honestly just looked at one because I was like, I go to a lot of racetracks and not all of them have golf carts and things. And I'm like, how much would this be? Because it would be super useful.
Yeah, honestly. Are they like ridiculous?
It depends on how nice of one you want. I mean, there's some that are, like $1,600, but then there's some that are only like $350.
Oh, there we go.
Right? And I'm like, that's doable. That's a reasonable price.
Yeah.
I would pay that for an electric scooter. I mean, of course, I could pay much cheaper and just get a regular scooter, but, well, if I was going to do that, I would have a much thinner body already.
Same.
Like, yeah, I'm going to get a regular scooter. That's going to fucking happen.
Yeah. LOL.
LOL. Yeah. I'm also going to use my gym membership more.
I use mine, but people probably wouldn't believe me.
I use mine intermittently. It's there for when I need it. Oh. All right. Well, Jocelyn, thank you again for joining us. Let's see. Do you want to share your social media?
Oh, I mean,
you don't have to.
Yeah, no. If people want to follow me, I am Jocelyn Brianne. That's BRIANNE 14 on Instagram. I'm trying to get to a lot of races this year, so I'll be, taking shots, videos, mostly of the of Arrow McLaren SP, of course. But yeah, so my Twitter's not all that interesting. I mostly just like fast cars, fast girls tweets and things like that. So, but it's Jocelyn Brianne if anyone's interested there too. So.
All right, excellent. Of course, everything Fast Cars, Fast Girls is on our website, www.fastcarsfastgirls.com. So make sure that you like and subscribe when you listen to our podcast from wherever you like to listen to podcasts. We are available everywhere, and share us with your friends and family. So thanks for listening and have a great week.